hopeless. Ah. Hold tight, Crawford. They're coming. I can smell them.
You were right, Doctor. It's hopeless. What will you do? I think he would have liked to see his works donated to the British Museum.
Show you this.
Mr. Parker, your Comet story has a great deal of promise. Tell me, 76 years after the Boleskine business, do you really think...
He stumbled over something extraordinary at Ilsmouth. His writings and sketches are proof of it.
Yes, but he came home a raving lunatic. I don't want to go on any wild goose chases.
You'll have solid proof, Mr. Griffith. I'll go to Ilsmouth. I'll find the exact place where Boleskine made his sketches. I'll take photographs.
If I finance your trip, and if you take the first steamship to America, will you be there in time for the passage of the Comet?
I'll be there with 3 nights to spare before Halley's Comet passes. I've already arranged to stay with a local doctor, a fella called Cobble.
Well, I'm willing to take a chance. I just hope this is worth it.
Mr. Griffith, your readers are going to love you.
Bring me back some sensational photographs. I want hard evidence of everything you say. I cannot afford to print crackpot ideas.
Mr. Parker, I presume?
Dr. Cobble, delighted to make your acquaintance.
Allow me to introduce you to Andrew Arlington, the mayor of our little community.
Very happy to meet you.
Thank you, sir. I'm very glad to meet you.
There's no time to lose, Mr. Parker. We'd best be on our way. The Sales brothers have delivered your luggage. There's a telegram for you. It's in your room.
Dr. Cobble tells me you're interested in stars.
Amongst other things.
How fascinating it must be.
Indeed, a most exhilarating pursuit.
And you came to Ilsmouth to...
How can I explain? Sometimes, you see, scientists, like the excellent Dr. Cobble,
They have their little secrets, eh? Well, it's only natural.
Well, here you are, all set to get to work. I'll show you to your room. I'll have to leave you, my customers.
Won't wait. Just like the worthy citizens of my little town. Have a wonderful visit, Mr. Parker.
Yes, welcome to Ilsmouth. I reserved the big room on the first floor for you. Tell me if you need anything.
Don't worry, I have everything I need. Goodbye, Doctor, and thank you again. Just arrived in charming fishing port of Ilsmouth. Warm... Tuesday, February 12th. I at last found a young villager willing to guide me through the forest for payment. Wednesday, February 13th. Good God, what a sight to see! The stars seemed a rifle shot away. This place must be a window to some other dimension. This evening I will take my material. Thursday, February 14th. This child of 12 is remarkable. A great deal brighter and livelier than the village children, who seem a sorry lot. He held the torches while I drew new constellations upon the map, undoubtedly inaccurate, given the position of the river. I have named them Octopus, Stalker. They are quite frightening. I have noted the place. I'll be there when Halley's Comet passes, and then... If the child was 12 years of age in 1834, he's 88 today. There's a chance he's still alive. Absorbent cotton and surgical spirit. Let's leave them here. No, I must have forgotten something. From Sales and Brothers, London, to Mr. Parker in Dr. Cobble Estate. Apologies. Stop. Have no more photosensitive plates. Stop. Try to purchase some your end. Stop.
You are at last, Mr. Parker. I've been expecting you. Oh, don't be surprised. Passing scientists invariably pay me a short visit. Of course, they're a rare breed around here now. Not like in the old days. But you don't want to hear all that. Allow me to introduce myself. Tobias Jug, keeper of the archives and records, at your service.
there's probably nothing I can tell you that you don't already know.
You're wrong, Mr. Parker. I may know your name and profession, but not the reason for your visit.
I'd like to consult the birth register.
So your interests are not limited to the stars. I hope I may be able to quench part of your thirst for knowledge. But remember, there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio. They're not dreamt of in your philosophy. Now who the devil wrote that?
Shakespeare.
Excellent! So, Mr. Parker, you like to read?
I like nothing better than a good read.
Books are my passion, Mr. Parker. My most precious companions. Silent, discreet, sometimes filled with mystery. I must let you get on with your work.
Fortunately, there weren't too many births in 1822. According to the register, there are 3 still alive today. Curtis Hambleton, William Coldstone, Thomas Greenwood.
Satisfied?
I believe I've found what I was looking for.
There are times when believing is not good enough, Mr. Parker. Sometimes we must be absolutely sure. Take Ilsmith, for instance. For many years the locals believed in the old legends. Did that make them true? I have a number of documents on the subject.
How fascinating. That's a subject I'm very keen on.
My library is full of such material. And I'm not talking about a mere single room. Oh no! A lifelong study, you know. There are those who would dearly love to get their hands on some of those old papers, but they'll need to be smart.
Well, they do say there's no such thing as a perfectly guarded secret, Mr. Jug.
Oh, you're close to the mark there, Mr. Parker. But I'd better let you get on with your work. Come back any time. The records are open in the afternoons. I'm usually at home in the morning. My house is just right of the post office. Just ring whenever you want. I'll tell you some interesting stories.
Most interesting.
You're a likable young fellow. I happened to glance over your shoulder while you were consulting the register, and I may be able to save you some time. Greenwood lives in the house right next door to Dr. Cobble's. Coldstone's house is set back a little from my own. Curtis Hambleton lives in the abandoned fishery near the harbor.
I don't know how to thank you.
Just promise to pay me another visit. Glad to have been of help. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in local history, take a look in the next room. If you want to talk, I'll be at home.
magnifying glass.
Be with you right away, sir. No problem, Mr. Hambleton. That'll be delivered tonight. Oh, I spoke to Miss Gilchrist. She got your package. Can I help you, sir?
I'd like some photosensitive plates, please.
Well, just hold on a few seconds while I check to see if I have any. You're a lucky man! Well, they do say if anybody sells it, Meyer does. Got 2 boxes left. There's one. $10 for 3 plates.
I'll take them.
My advice to you is to try them first. I've had them for quite a while, so they aren't exactly brand new.
Oh, really?
That's a fact. Daytime, night, outside, inside. What is it you're wanting to photograph?
The stars in the night sky.
Well, you be careful. The emulsion's kind of old. Tell you what, you take a few shots of whatever you want to photograph and see what sort of results you get. If those plates aren't perfect, I'll give you your money back. And if they're okay, well, you can go back and buy some more.
I'll take your advice. Mr. Hambleton? Curtis Hambleton? 7...
Don't mention that name to me. Bad luck and trouble. I led him around for 3 nights. I carried the torch, the rifle, and I saw the thing.
What thing?
I wish I didn't remember. He'd drawn a map. I took him to the cross. I don't mind telling you, I was scared. Later on, I refused to go with my father to pray to the stones, so my father threw me out. My brother Wilbur cursed me, and now I live in squalid conditions.
Where did you take Moleskine?
Get away from this region, mister. The comet's coming back. It'll be here in 3 nights, and that thing's coming too. Wilbur said so just get away from Ilsmouth while you've got time.
Why?
If you saw what I saw, it was on the 3rd night, in the forest near the Calvary. The English guy was drawing. Then the thing appeared. I'd pay any price to forget what I saw. Now, get lost. Shoo!
Go on, find somewhere else to mess up. Say, Mr. Parker, Mr. Arlington, the mayor, told me about you. Welcome to Ilsmouth. I'm Sergeant Baggs from the local police.
Glad to meet you. I'm looking for a cross.
Maybe you should try the cemetery. We call it the dead center of town. You get it?
I'm looking for a Calvary in the forest.
I can't help you there, and I don't advise you to wander in the forest by yourself. It's easy to get lost in that forest. I wouldn't even go there with a map. Now, if you'll excuse me, duty calls. I've got to run those layabouts out of town towards the clearing in the woods.
What have they done?
They're gypsies, Mr. Parker. Sneakiest chicken thieves you ever saw. I'm not going to wait for them to strip the town bare, no sir. They're out of here.
Surely they have some rights.
I decide who has rights around here, Mr. Parker, and no stranger is going to tell me how to do my job. You stick to your science. I won't trouble you again.
But come now.
Mr. Parker, just read my lips. Stay out of my way.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, you, the fortune teller. Just shut up, okay? Now you, Mr. Parker, adieu.
That's funny. No answer. And yet I did see somebody going in. Am I bothering you?
Not at all. Indeed, to be frank, I can't get our last conversation off my mind.
Have you found something?
Not yet. But I hope to shed light on a few interesting facts. We'll discuss them later on.
There, on the butt. LB. Incredible. Jug has Boleskin's rifle. Oh, there's a message engraved in the gun. Dash it all. It's too small to read. If only I had a magnifying glass. It's badly written. Ah, Searcher. E-S-T... The rest has been rubbed away. Searcher. Suzanne Searcher, probably. Strange. Those names are not mentioned in Boleskin's notebooks. Nobody. I'll come back later. day to you, sir.
Get away from me! You bring bad luck!
Remember, Gloria, always keep your head up high.
Let's use the surgical spirit on the cotton. I was sure of it. The clue is not in the picture, but beneath it. North, east, beast, 4x2, stars. That's where the cross... I have to pinpoint the position of the cross on my map.
How's the photography going?
How's business?
Just fine. Now don't forget to test those plates I sold you.
Don't worry, I'll try them tonight. By the way, how well do you know the forest?
Not really. Why?
I need a guide for tonight.
Go see Tyler. Nathan Tyler. He's the lighthouse keeper. He knows this region as well as anybody. You'll probably find him in that tavern.
Thanks for the tip. Do you know Wilbur Hambleton?
Just between you and me, he doesn't have a very good reputation, if you know what I mean. His two sons are no better, Obed and Benjamin. Well, I hope you're lucky enough never to meet any of them.
Lucky not to meet them. You make them sound like a heap of trouble.
Trouble is a nice way of saying it. Come to think of it, you already know Wilbur, the man with the hood in the general store this morning.
Yes, I remember.
That's business. You don't pick your customers. At least he pays, which not everybody does these days. You take care now, Mr. Parker.
Goodbye, Mr. Meyer.
I would be obliged if you were to stop making eyes at that Smith boy.
Mr. Parker, is that right? I'm so glad to meet you. They told me you'd stop by to see me, but I was ill in bed.
You've spotted the cavalry, haven't you? Paths are very insecure roundabouts. Go to the tavern. You'll find your man.
As for kissing your hand, your fingertips are quite enough, Gloria. I have never seen a gentleman press his lips in such a manner.
Ah, Dr. Cobble. I'm glad to see you.
Well, Mr. Parker, is the room satisfactory?
Couldn't be better, thank you. I need a guide to lead me through the forest tonight.
What? The forest? Well, don't count on me. My rheumatism, you see.
I wouldn't dream of imposing on you, Doctor, but I have no idea whom to ask.
Go in here and see Nathan Tyler, the lighthouse keeper. People speak well of him, but take care all the same.
Take care?
Well, he drives a tough bargain, I believe, so don't let him skin you alive. I hope you have a map. Otherwise...
I understand. Thank you, Doctor. May I offer you a drink?
Holy cow, no. I run the Temperance League with Miss Pickard. We're trying to get this den of iniquity shut down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
To be honest, Miss Pickard bullied me into it. And I'll admit I don't care too much for Zeke.
Ah, the unstoppable Miss Picot.
You understand perfectly. I have things to do. See you later.
Indeed, Doctor.
What'll it be?
Some information, please.
Does this look like a library? What are you drinking?
A beer.
That'll be $1. Oh, that's Thomas Bishop, a fisherman. Lives in the house in the harbor. First one you see when you arrive.
Is there something I can tell you?
No. Or rather, yes. I'm looking for Nathan Tyler.
He'll soon be here. You want to visit the lighthouse?
No. Are you familiar with the forest around Ilsmouth?
So? Why?
I want to go there tonight.
I see. You must be the astronomer. I don't think you'll find anyone to take you.
I was told that Tyler...
It's none of my business, but, you want to be careful of him.
Yes, I know. I've been warned about him. His prices.
No, not that. He's a strange...
Hi, everybody. Usual for me.
You got it. There's a guy looking for you.
What for?
I'm told you know the forest well.
Shall we have a seat? You want to do some hunting, maybe? Get yourself a plump hare or a duck?
Not quite, no. Actually, I need a guide for tonight. I want to go to the Calvary in the forest.
That's quite a way. And I don't know if I remember the way leading there.
I have a map.
A map? Well, I wouldn't rely too much on it if I were you. I'll take you to the Calvary for $20.
$20? I'm talking about the forest, not a trip to Boston and back.
I might have guessed. You city slickers don't feel right if you're not cheating us poor country bumpkins.
$5 should be enough to calm you down.
Okay. $10 and it's a deal, mister?
Parker. John T. Parker.
Why didn't you say so? I'll take you there for nothing. Well, let's make it $5 for my expenses.
I'll think it over.
Go on, Benjamin.
If it ain't the Hambleton slime bags.
Obed, Ben, stop that. Leave Webster alone.
Stay out of this, Bishop. I've been wanting to get me a Webster for quite a while now. Why, they're really laying into him.
Why don't you do something to stop them instead of making inane comments?
How about it, Webster? You like that? Want some more?
Let him be.
That's enough. Mind your own damn business or I'll bust his nose.
You'll be sorry, won't he, Ben?
Yeah, we'll get you. Then you'll be really sorry. Thank you, sir.
I'm taking you to the drugstore.
You did the right thing, mister, but you'd better be on your guard from now on.
Father, quick! Somebody's hurt!
Holy cow, Walter Webster. I bet it was those Hambleton boys did this to you. Come over here.
You're a photographer, aren't you?
News travels fast around here, Miss...
Mary Matthews. I run the drugstore with my father. He is nuts about photography. Did you find what you were looking for, Mr. Parker?
Yes, thank you.
My father is also a keen photographer.
That should keep him alive. Mr. Parker, I'm Jonathan Matthews. I hear you're a keen photographer. I have a darkroom which you're more than welcome to use if you want to develop your plates. You did a fine thing chasing off Benjamin and Obed. May the devil take those boys.
I'm grateful for your offer.
Come whenever you want, Mr. Parker.
Hold on to your horses, Mary.
So you're back on your feet?
Thanks to you, Mr. Parker. Without your help,
Could you find your way to the Calvary? I have a map.
We can try. That'll be my way of thanking you.
Very well.
We'll meet in an hour outside the town hall.
See you later then.
Let's see what you brought. Okay, we have everything we need. I know this place very well. Let's go, I'll carry the tripod. The bush! There! That bush! It moved, didn't you see it? There's somebody spying on us for sure.
Calm down.
Listen, the boss is on the other side. I have to go home now.
If I took off that wrapping... Here, it's perfect. My tripod... Fine, that seems to be whole. There, that should hold it in place. Fine, I'll be able to take some photos. There's a passage that way.
Fungui, Milwanaf, Cthulhu Raila, Wanglia Nae Fatang. Fungui, Milwanaf, Cthulhu Raila, Wanglia Nae Fatang. Fungui, Milwanaf, Cthulhu Raila, Wanglia Nae Fatang. Behold! Look up there! We are being observed.
You have signed your own death warrant. I, Narakamus, tell you that in 2 nights... Fenglui, Milwanyav, Cthulhu Raila, Wanglia Nae Fatang.
You're exhausted, been overdoing it. Blood pressure a little high, too. You'll need a good, long rest.
Out of the question, Doctor.
You're running the risk of a heart attack, so no excitement, you understand? Take this prescription along to Matthews right away. They're pills for your heart. Careful now. At the slightest twinge of pain in your left side, swallow one, and fast. You got that?
I hear and obey, Doctor.
And no reckless pranks. You're young, but I'm only a physician, not a wizard.
Doctor, there's something I must tell you. I was chased by an Indian.
An Indian? Apart from Natawanga, who hides out in the forest, I don't see who it could be.
I'm not joking, Doctor.
That's what I was afraid of. I'm not a psychiatrist, you know. What you need is rest.
Dear me, this manuscript is covered with weird signs.
Darn it all, I'll get all that ready for you. It's going to take a while.
I have a favor to ask. I must develop my plates, you see, and...
Help yourself. It's the door at the end. I'll be with you as soon as I've finished. In case you've forgotten, you need to develop and fix your plates. That requires mixing 4 different chemical products. You find the products you need to mix for each preparation on the shelf.
The chemicals seemed a little tired out. I'd better develop all the plates together. A few drops of metal. Let's continue. A dash of hydroquinone. Well, let's see the fixing. Let's continue. The merest hint of sodium thiosulfate. Let's continue. A sniff of potash metabice. No problem. Perfect. How horrific! Ah! My heart! Thank you. Thank you very much. Without you,
You see, that's a lot better already. Don't push your luck.
I'll try to remember that.
I'm counting on you. So is my daughter. That comes to $10. Thank you.
Don't worry.
The drugstore's open from 8 to 6. If you need more pills, just stop by and ask.
Thank you again.
Quite a surprise, Mr. Parker, isn't that right? You look kind of pale. You should think about your health.
You're most thoughtful, Mr. Coldstone. Aren't you a little too old to be out so late?
I can take care of myself. A word of advice. Stay away from the forest. There's something about it that doesn't agree with some folks.
Parker, how's it going?
Not too badly, thank you, Jed.
So, how about that beer we're going to drink?
Good idea.
Follow me. 2 beers, and don't make me wait for them. Listen to me, Donahue. I already told you. No cash, no beer.
Mr. Donahue is my guest.
2 beers, Joe, and make it snappy. You found yourself some nice friends, Parker. You owe me $2. And tell me something, Joe. Do you call this beer fresh?
You'll have to excuse me, my friends, but I really must be off.
Goodbye, and thank you very much. Sometimes I hate being polite.
That's one you owe me, Jed.
Here's your beer. Is that fresh enough for you?
So, how about the photos?
I just wanted to tell you your plates are still good.
Well, be sure to show me the results.
I'm sure you'd find them far too amateurish. In any case, I'll certainly be back for more very soon.
All right, but don't wait too long. Bye now.
This door is locked. Good grief. It's blood. I hope Jug... A statuette. Ah.
So, you kept your promise.
Who did this?
I didn't see. What does it matter now?
I'm going to get some help.
No, it's too late for that. And I can still be of some use to you. Quick, give me the parchment. They came to find it. Great heavens, it's as I thought. It means, in his dwelling place of dead Relia, Cthulhu dreams and waits. Do those words ring any bells?
I've come across the name Cthulhu in old manuscripts concerning primitive religions. Nothing more.
Mr. Parker, man has not always been the master of this world. Many ages ago there was a race of gods,
The great old ones.
But how can you believe such...
I have little time. Rightly or wrongly, many believe that by using certain incantations, these loathsome creatures can be brought back to reign over us once more.
How?
There are portals through which the great old ones will enter, in exchange for the promise of power, wealth, and immortality. Oh, there are men prepared to perpetuate the hideous ancestral cults and work for the return of these gods.
What are these gods? Where are they?
They are at once far away and very near. Their names are Dagon, Yog-Sothoth, Nyarlathotep, Cthulhu. There are many others. The passing of Halley's Comet coincides with a favorable astral conjuncture. They will return. Parker, you must stop them. You must. Do you hear me?
How can I stop them?
In 2 nights from now, in the center of a stone circle, the guardian of the portal will materialize. It must not be allowed to happen. You will find here a book called the Necronomicon. Within its cursed pages, you will find the formula you need. Be warned, Parker. The book drives men to madness. Do not take it from here.
But if you...
My desk. The message. That man will help you. Some of Ilsmouth's citizens will seek your destruction by whatever means possible. Read the message in the safety of your room.
But...
Narakamus, the sorcerer, even dead, he wields ghastly power.
Dead?
Remember, more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your villa.
I won't forget, Tobias Jug. The next... This little key must open the lock on this book. The ancients were, the ancients are, the ancients will be. Yog-Sothoth knows the portal. Yog-Sothoth is the portal. Yog-Sothoth is the guardian and the key to the portal. To summon him, stand inside the circle at the appointed hour. Yagnai, Thafik, Nagha, Yog-Sothoth. 3 times he must be summoned, and there will be light. The portal will shut. I'll put it back in its place. Good day, Mr. Comet.
I have no time to waste in idle chatter. I have important matters to settle with Dr. Cobble. You cannot imagine how troublesome young ladies can be, Mr. Parker.
The man who can help you lives where the three colors float. From there, 100 messages leave. He's recently been looking for the forgotten cemetery, which is on the map everybody can see. Now, where have I seen a map of the region? And what are these three colors? And 100 messages?
It's Mr. Parker. How about a drink with poor old Jed?
I'd love to, but a little later. I'm in something of a hurry.
Another time, then.
Good day, Miss Gilchrist. I was told there's a map of the region hanging up here, but I can't seem to...
Oh, well, David Underhouse asked me for it, and I lent it to him. The poor man can't get around, you know. Such a cruel world.
Where can I find him?
There, the door at the end. Interested in Indians, are you? Mr. Underhouse is very keen. He's been looking for that cemetery for months.
I beg your pardon?
The cemetery of some Indian tribe, the Muckamucks or something. Well, he found it, and my, is he happy. Now why should a fine man like that take such an interest in savages?
As for savagery, I think the Indians might have learned a thing or two from the 7th Cavalry.
Mr. Parker, my father often said, the only good Indian's a dead one, and he knew what he was talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, some of us have work to do.
Thank you for defending the Indians, Mr. Parker. No, the walls don't have ears. They are merely very thin. I believe you want to consult the map of this region. Please, go right ahead.
I'm very grateful, Mr. Underhouse.
So, Mr. Parker, why don't we discuss the Micmac?
I'm afraid I didn't make myself very clear. It's precisely because I'm so ignorant about Indian culture that I'm here. Have you?
Indeed. He was the last of a particular branch of the Micmac tribe, a branch known as they who worship the Night Howler. By Night Howler they meant Nyarlathotep. How did you hear about him?
We met. He almost killed me.
But he is supposed to have died 70 years ago.
I can only tell you what happened.
I know it's none of my business, but may I ask what you're looking for on the map?
Do you know this place here?
That's the Stone Circle, the location of the Micmac burial ground. And you say you know nothing of Indian culture?
Does the name Cthulhu mean anything to you?
Let me answer you with a question of my own. Did you know that those who worship Nyarlathotep are rewarded with a very particular gift? Immortality?
Do you think that...
There are names it is wise never to pronounce, and people it is wise never to meet.
Are you talking about the Hambleton family?
An ancient curse hangs over Ilsmith. Some of the townspeople practice strange rituals in the worship of foul and age-old gods. I wanted to know more, and my curiosity cost me my legs.
And Tobias Jug, who led me to you, is dead.
Dead? Dear God, there is no time to lose. Andrew Arlington isn't here. The diary containing the origin of the curse is locked inside his office safe.
I'll get the diary and bring it.
No. You'd better leave it where it is. There's no point in alerting them, is there? I can give you some information. I know the combination to the safe is made up of a number of digits.
You don't happen to know what they are?
When I discovered it, just before my accident, the digits had something to do with the Bible.
Well, thank you for your help.
You can thank me by bringing me a photo of the Stone Circle.
That's a promise. Mr. Bishop, I'd like to talk to you again about Nathan Tyler.
Keep your voice down. I may have something to tell you, but not here.
Where? And when?
I'll let you know. You take care now, Mr. Parker. See you later. I hope...
You'll have to come back later. This is my break.
I simply want a few words with the mayor.
Not possible. The mayor is not here at this time.
I don't want to bother you. but the mayor suggested I enjoy the view of Ilsmouth from his office window.
Ah, yes. You must be the photographer. It's about the next edition of the Ilsmouth Town Hall Journal, I suppose.
No, I'm the reporter.
Well, all right. But don't go touching anything. Reporters. They can't leave anyone alone.
I just dropped in to say hello.
That's very kind of you. I just received a magnificent brooch, imitation silver and gold. Very cheap, $2. I also have a pretty locket at $1. What do you think?
I'll take everything.
Thank you. Come back soon.
There's a handle hidden in this painting. Let's see. It's exactly as I thought. No, that doesn't work. Good morning, ladies.
Hello, Mr.
Gloria, I forbid you to speak to this person. He is nothing more than a ruffian who fights in the streets.
That's a little unfair, Miss Picot. Young Webster needed some help, and it was my duty as a Christian to...
Good Christians do not spend their time in bars, Mr. Parker. Good day to you.
Please forgive me if my behavior upsets you. Would you mind if I borrowed...
I hardly like to be without it. This Bible is the last reminder of my great-aunt, a most God-fearing woman. How kind of you, Mr. Parker. It's almost like the one I lost last week. I don't know how to thank you. Here is my Bible. Please take good care of it.
Thank you so much. Page 345. The Apocalypse according to St. John, chapter 13, verse 8. And the number of the beast is 666. There's a handle hidden. It's exact. There's a hand. It's exact. Why don't I unscrew this case? What's this inside? A piece of paper. A parcel to collect at the post office. It's addressed to W. Hambleton.
My name's Jonas. Jonas Hambleton. In 1829, I made my fortune. The hard way. At sea. Even the big Boston businessmen were jealous of my fishery. At that time, I became interested in the occult. I read only the most accursed books. And then, I met Narakamus. He initiated me into the ancient practices. At last, I was in contact with those from the outside. Each day, my knowledge grew deeper. My body regenerated. My hands were at last palmed. But the ancients wanted more. Much more! I gave in. My own wife, Lavina, was the bargain, you see. I screamed out the invocations, and he came. The sea would take all I cherished, but that was of no importance. The pitiless god Dagon wanted that union. That was the price of my immortality. Two sons were born of that wondrous night, Wilbur and Curtis. The second of them betrayed and abandoned me. But the first followed in my footsteps. He has my gift. He can beg to the stones. They all think I'm dead. Only he who reaches that place where water, earth, and sky come together can find my burial place. Our work was destroyed in 1834, all because of that accursed Boleskine. But gods are immortal, and time means nothing to me. Nobody can destroy the families without the statuettes which I guard, and the secret incantation. In 1910, the comet will come again, and the prophecy will come true. Ai! Cthulhu! Nya! The great ancients will reign. I will swim beside my Lavina in the abyss, and we shall sing the praises of he who cannot be named.
I'll put the diary back in its place.
So, you're on an errand for Mr. Hambleton. That'll be $3, please. That must be a frock. Mr. Hambleton always orders them from Boston.
Thank you. Good day. It contains a frock, the same as Wilbur's.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Parker. You get around, don't you?
Well, actually, I'm just taking a last stroll before leaving Ilsmouth for good.
That's sad news indeed. Well, this little place isn't for city folk like you. Why not come over to my place for a drink?
You are too kind, Mr. Coldstone, but that won't be necessary. I'm in quite a hurry, you see. You wanted to see me, Mr. Bishop?
A word of advice. Be careful.
Of what? And of whom?
You see, I happen to live next door to the Hambletons, and...
Is that so?
Yes, Ilsmouth has been cursed. I think you're here to help us. I just wanted you to know that you can count on me.
That's a heartwarming offer. I'll need all the help I can get. I shouldn't be disturbed here.
Ah, hello, Mr. Wilbur. Everything okay? Oh, we can go. Mr. Wilbur is there.
The door's locked. I'll have to find another way to get to the top of this light. Nobody. I think I'll take these ridiculous clothes off. It's a small sundial with a metal point at the center. I have the feeling that the point serves some purpose. Well, well, a mechanism which opens. Why not use the wax from this candle to strengthen the wing? Let's hope it holds. Now, let's just hope this thing works. Otherwise... Where am I?
Have no fear, Mr. Parker. You are safe now.
Thank you.
You were the only one brave enough to act. Do you feel better?
Yes, thank you.
God be with you. The danger is great for you. We spent the night in that accursed forest, and we heard the devilish chanting. We saw...
Be quiet, Pepto. I can help you. I can make the shadows speak, the shadows that wander in other worlds. They may be of help to you.
Well, if you think so, go ahead.
Sit down facing me, Mr. Parker. Concentrate. Empty your mind of stray thoughts.
You know me. My name is Lord Alistair Boleskine. You have followed in my footsteps. Now you must destroy the curse of Cthulhu. Long ago, when Ilsmith had no name, a temple stood beside the shore. A sorcerer perpetrated barbarous sacrifices in the name of the great ancients. The walls amplified the chants of the blood-crazed adepts. The great ancients took pleasure in our suffering. They have not forgotten the splendor they once knew. If you do not act in 2 nights, when the comet passes, then the world will once more be enslaved to these loathsome gods. They must not be permitted to return. What I did 76 years ago, you must do. I will help you. But first, you must fight the men who give themselves over to these abominable rites. You must fight alone. One day, the ancient city toppled to the bottom of the ocean. Only thoughtless fools imagine the curse has been lifted for eternity. Of that accursed city. Only a stone circle remains. There, the surviving members of the cult meet for their hideous rituals. The great ancients impatiently await the day when they will reconquer their lost kingdom. And in his city of dead Relia, Cthulhu dreams and waits. None may gaze upon the face of the gods and hope to keep his sanity. Now you must go to where Jonas rests for all eternity.
You must leave now. Remember, nothing is written forever. Believe in yourself.
I don't want to get involved in that business. It's so horrible.
Good evening, Mr. Bishop.
Good evening. Have you heard the news?
No. What is it?
Jug is dead. Bags discovered his body. Dr. Cobble says it was suicide. I don't really believe that.
It's horrible.
Yes.
Could you lend me the cemetery key? I would like a few moments there to collect my thoughts.
Sure. Take it.
My God, it's poor Jug's grave. This will not go unpunished. This I swear. 3 times. Around the earth. The sun will turn.
Parker, you cannot win. You dare trouble my sleep. And for that you must pay the price.
Listen carefully, Jonas. Your sleep will soon be eternal. Do you hear me?
Your blood will be mine.
It's all over for you, Jonas. I'm going to destroy you and your filthy kind.
Imbecile! You know nothing of my powers. Gaze upon me and implore your feeble god. May Cthulhu grant me his aid.
Heavens, you are safe.
Thank you for saving my life.
He's exhausted. Walter, help me. We'll take him to the house. Do not struggle. No harm will come to you here.
I don't know how to thank you.
My son Walter told me of your adventure the other evening.
I really must go.
Such impatience. You must rest a little and tell me of your adventure.
Horrible events are taking place in Ilsmouth. If I don't put a stop to them very soon, then even more ghastly things will happen. How lucky I was that you were there.
I take care of the graveyard. We heard the noise. It's not the first time folks have taken an interest in that grave.
Really?
My husband John, God rest his soul, told me of dreadful things before he passed on. We were newlyweds when Jonas died. John went to the Hamilton house for the wake.
Do they still live there?
No. After the fishery went bust and Jonas died, they moved closer to the harbor. Jonas's body was laid out on the top floor of the house. At that time, there was a window in the wall. John looked through, and what he saw was a desert with giant stones and strange creatures.
My God!
John was frightened. He lowered his eyes. On the ground was the sign. Wilbur, who was standing over his father's body, seemed ill at ease. He covered over the sign with a sheet. Well, do you know? The sign shone through the sheet. After that, the window was bricked up.
The sign must have something to do with the curse. If I can place the statuettes on... Let me explain. There are in Ilsmouth 4 families who are trying to help some unspeakably evil gods to return to this world. The gods are called the Great Ancients, and they ruled the world many thousands of years ago. To destroy these families, I must place these 4 statuettes on their houses. Strange words are engraved on the bases of these statuettes.
Who are these families?
Arlington, Hambleton, Coldstone, and Tyler.
I know that Walter hid a drawing of the sign around here. It was a kind of cross, I think. We must find it. I'll look near the fireplace.
A cold fireplace. There's a drop of tea left in the cup. An old-fashioned wood stove. Mrs. Webster, come quick. I found it.
Please, hurry, Mr. Parker. There isn't much time.
A drawing of a star.
Keep away from Jonas Hamilton's house. There's a...
You think they already know?
I'm sure of it.
Ai Yog Tahu Sa Ai Yog Tahu Sa.
No, Parker! Not that! Parker! Have mercy! Not that! Please tell me you won't do that!
Dear God, how abominable.
Oh, daggone, I beg you. From the depths of the abyss, come to my aid. Fill me with the power of the age-old curse.
Parker, didn't anyone ever tell you how dangerous it is to go out at night? I'll have to kill you. Not that, Parker, please!
Rala! Gana! Haas! Tip! Rala! Gana! Haas! Tip!
What are you saying? No, not that! Not that, Parker, please!
Good God, how horrible.
Cthulhu, help thy faithful servant.
Don't bother trying that on me, Parker. You're gravely mistaken if you imagine you can eliminate me.
Naga! Hulu! Kau! Wig! Naga! Hulu! Kau! Wig!
No, not that!
No, Parker, not that. I beg you.
Good God, how ghastly.
Yog Sothoth, may your demonic power guide my corrupted soul through...
Dad, the dog's barking. He must be here.
A book called Magic Rites. Page 111. Yes, that's the right chapter. The worshippers of he who howls in the night. Oh, his symbol is the butterfly Hannibulus, more commonly referred to as the Comet butterfly. 4 stigmas of different hues, red, white, blue and green, punctuate its wings. These wings are so fine that, with the help of a camera obscura equipped with a lantern, you can project these colors onto different materials. Thus, the operator could easily locate on sacred monoliths the secret positions where certain ritual talismans were placed. Once these talismans were placed and the ritual formula had been spoken, the operator could call upon or chase from the celestial sphere he who howls in the night. But all this is probably nothing but legend. strange. There was a kind of ball in this lamp. What could it have been for? Throw! Naya! Shoot! Sir! Throw! Naya! Shoot! Sir!
Face it, Parker. You're finished.
You'll pay for this.
Goodbye! Impossible! God, nothing for mercy, Parker! Parker, the guy! Ah! Parker!
Curse you!
Oh, why have you all abandoned me? I curse you, Parker. You will not. You are Cthulhu. Dagon. Yon. Sambal.
I have the feeling that without you...
Mr. Parker, could you tell me what you were doing last night in Jonas Hambleton's house?
No, I couldn't tell you.
That's all very well, but...
What about if I told you I was acting in the interest of the whole community? Would you believe me?
Yes, I think I would believe you. I have lived in Ilsmouth too long not to know of some terrible things.
Doctor, if everything goes to plan, the evil shadow that hangs over Ilsmouth will soon be a mere memory.
I pray you are right.
Yes, tonight's the night.
Then there is precious little time to be lost. Last night's events caused quite a stir. I was called upon this morning to practice an autopsy on the body of Andrew Arlington. For a few moments I almost lost my mind.
And Bags?
He understands nothing. By the way, be careful. He's looking for you.
I had gathered that much.
I must leave you. Miss Gilchrist gave me this for you.
Thank you, Doctor. Come right away. I have made some important discoveries. H. Underhouse. Good evening.
Bless my soul, it's you, Mr. Parker. You gave me quite a turn. Have you heard what happened last night?
Dr. Carbell told me all about it this morning.
What a carry-on. I'm still under shock. Such screams. I don't suppose you've seen my niece.
I'm afraid I haven't, no.
That little flibbertigibbet is up to Lord only knows what kind of mischief. I'm so worried. You really should pay us a visit, you know. Gloria would be most touched.
That won't be possible today, I'm afraid.
Ah, well, no matter. Goodbye, Mr. Parker.
Good day. Is Mr. Underhouse in?
Good day, ma'am. Oh, forgive me. With all these goings-on, I'm quite flustered. Mr. Underhouse is expecting you.
Ah, Mr. Parker, I was looking for you. I want some explanations about last night.
I'm all yours. If you'd care to come to Mr. Underhouse's apartment,
Let's go.
Hello, Mr. Underhouse.
Sorry for bothering you. You wanted to talk to me somewhere where we wouldn't be overheard.
Be my guests, gentlemen.
Okay. Now where were you last night, Parker?
Well...
Sergeant, we spent the evening together. If you want more precise details, we talked about Indians.
You're sure about that, Mr. Underhouse?
Yesterday, I gave my key to Mr. Parker. We talked until 3 o'clock in the morning. By the way, we noticed something unusual. We saw Zeke hanging around Coldstone's place. That must have been about midnight.
Zeke? My informer? So he tried to trick me. He's the brains behind this whole plot? I'm really sorry, Mr. Parker. That Zeke is going to pay for this, I'm telling you.
You did me a very great favor.
You must act quickly. Baggs will eventually realize that Zeke is not the mastermind he imagines him to be. Tonight is the night of the Comet. Narakamus must not be allowed to intervene. His power is considerable.
can be done?
An old friend of mine lives in the forest. He's an Indian called Natawanga. He left me this in case of... It was before my accident.
To fight the sorcerer, you will need to find the sacred bow and arrow. They belong to the youngest. His accursed family lives from the sea. The bow is hidden where the fire lives. The feather on the wood will fly towards me. I don't understand.
The feather belongs to Indian tradition. As for the bow and arrow, you'll have to find them.
Well, I'll do my best. Where does this Narakamus live?
Natawanga will tell you. Be on your way. And don't...
I won't!
Going to see Curtis. Something tells me he's not at home.
Oh?
I went to see him, see if he needed anything. I knocked on the door. No answer.
He's probably a heavy sleeper, that's all.
His door is locked, and that's very unusual. He could be at his old friend Greenwood's. I'd sure like to know where he is. With all the strange happenings, I'm kind of worried. Goodbye, Mr. Parker.
There's a padlock inside. This brooch is rather fragile. Curtis wasn't given a chance. And there, moccasin tracks. Oh, I say. This must be the bow Underhouse mentioned. This arrow really was... Hello? Is there anybody there?
What do you want?
Underhouse sent me. I need help. I must kill Narakamus.
You found me. Do you have the sacred bow and arrow?
Here they are.
Good. But first, I must be sure that you are ready. Tell me the name of Narakamus's tribe. What is the name of...
The Micmacs.
What is the name of he who howls in the night?
Yog Sothoth.
In what year did Boleskine see the comet?
1834.
What shape is the sign of the four?
A star.
And what is the creature that erupts from the depths?
Dagon.
You have answered well. What do you know of Narakamus?
He is a very powerful wizard. He is said to be almost immortal.
Ha! You know many things, and few things. You have willpower and courage. That is important.
Where can I find him?
At Ilsmuth, an eye is open. It is set deep in the earth. All day that is where Narakamus sleeps.
Will the task be easy?
Do not think that. He is awake now. His power is great. Only the fire you will bring forth from the earth can help. Use it in the demon's home. It will protect you.
Thank you.
Now you must set out. The turquoise sun is already in the sky. Soon night will fall. Prepare to leave the world you know. You will go where nothing of your world has meaning.
Will I die?
You may, but if you succeed, you must scatter the comet's shadow. This ring will help you. Find its stone. If you need an object for your quest, have it with you before the time of testing. I will be with you in your ordeal.
I can understand why he found them so fascinating. Such bright colors. I can understand why... Wait, there's one missing. Let's see the label. Hannibulus, Cyprus, Mortis, Equator. It's been removed for some reason. There are even fingerprints on the glass case. That's not like Jug, a most meticulous man. This well is about as dank as you can get. I'll get down. Not here.
But that odor, it smells like...
Naphtha. Now you will go and roast for all eternity in hell.
Fatam! Cthulhu! Aye!
It is pointless to resist, Narakamus. This is for Jug. Say hello to Satan for me.
Cthulhu! Ifta!
Parker, listen to me.
Good grief. Lord Boleskine.
What I began 76 years ago, you will finish. You must seal the great ancient's access to this world. On the island sleeps Dagon, he who reigns in the depths of the seas. You must find a boat and go there. You will fight evil by resuscitating the symbol of death.
But
may your courage stay with you in the demon's presence. I will help you twice more.
for a walk, Mr. Parker?
I was hoping I'd run into you.
One always finds what one seeks, Mr. Parker.
Have you ever visited that small island off the coast?
The island? No one ever sets foot on it. Everybody knows it's...
Lend me your rowing boat.
My rowing boat? Do you want to use it tonight? That would be most foolhardy. Forget any such notion. In that case... walk, Mr. Parker.
I was hoping I'd run into you.
One always finds what one seeks, Mr. Parker.
Have you ever visited that small island off the coast?
The island? No one ever sets foot on it. Everybody knows it's...
Do not be blinded by ridiculous superstition.
How can you of all people say such a thing? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
No, they are stronger than we are.
Would you mind telling me exactly what you want, Mr. Parker?
Lend me your rowing boat.
Why didn't you say so? Take it, and the best of luck to you, my boy.
This stone is just the right size. Let's see. If I put a stone in there...
Your struggle against the gods is not over. Get back to the boat. The currents will take you to the cavern.
Who must I fight now?
A sanctuary in Cthulhu's honor has been erected. You will need all your mental powers. Here is my ring. It will serve you even though the stone is missing.
How?
You will find out. You have already put your finger on the solution, and bear in mind the Boleskine family motto, "For God and the green land of my fathers, go and destroy that thing born of the flames of hell."
I just hope there's enough oil left in the lamp. Curses! No oil left. I just hope there's enough oil.
Thank God you are here.
I beg you, Mr. Parker, help us out of here.
Molluscan's ring. Why don't I put a stone in it?
I beg you, Mr. Parker, free us from this monster. He drains the energy from us.
Fight with all your strength, Ellen. I'll do everything I can to get you and your son out of there. Okay, I'll put this ring on my right hand. Okay, I'll put this ring on my left hand.
can I thank you, Mr. Parker? I didn't think we would ever be free again.
No need for thanks, Ellen. Get away from here. Don't wait for me. I must finish the task.
Fothongjar Malach Ai Ralaya Aijar Naga Fothongja Cthulhu Yagar Ralaya. The door is blocked. You have just enough time to get to the stone circle. A word of advice. First, you must photograph the comet.
I'm not sure I can.
I know you will succeed, but hurry. The comet does not wait.
What's that back there? A small passage? Let's take off the wrapping. The colored patches on this butterfly are translucent. I wonder why. Jurg certainly knew how to guard his secrets. I'll put the butterfly into the camera. This magnifying glass is a perfect fit for my telescope. Hurry! The comet's going to cross at any moment. Aquamarine symbol. Flint. The comet symbolizes air. The diamond symbolizes earth, thus the color green. Yagnai, Fathok, Naga, Yog Sathoth. Yagnai, Fathok, Naga, Yog Sathoth. Yagnai, Fathok, Naga, Yog Sathoth.
Your mission's over, Parker. Your courage and willpower have sealed off Ilsmouth to the great ancients. But remember, nothing's over. It can all start again somewhere else.
But
I must return to the Kingdom of Shadows. My task is over. I have shown you the way, but always remember this. That is not dead which can eternal lie.
Well, I'd better be getting down to the harbor. My boat should be leaving soon. I'd better get my equipment into the trunk. The driver will soon be here. Everything's ready. I'll take my leave. It's odd that the doctor is out. I expected more from him. Perhaps he has better things to do.
So, you're leaving. Without wanting to be offensive, I'll be glad to see the last of you.
Interesting character, that Bags. What are you all doing here?
Dear Mr. Parker, I'm not much of a hand at making speeches.
Well, that's a joke. He talked for 2 hours at the Temperance League meeting.
Jed Donahue, will you kindly let the doctor get on with it? Well, doctor, we're waiting.
Thank you. Well, as I was saying... What was I saying? Oh, yes. Well, here we are, gathered together.
Even Swing managed to find time to get away from his break to be here.
You're speaking ill of a public official.
Will you let me get on with this? There. Well, to get to the point, we want to say...
Oh, well, to be honest...
There is no more to be said. You've scattered the comet's shadow. That's something we can never forget. Now you'd better get going. Your boat won't wait.
Goodbye.
Hey, find a fine old pub and drink to my health. Goodbye, Parker.
I might just do that, Jed.
Thanks again for the photo of the stone circle.
My pleasure.
The competition is going to hate my guts, and will prove the Boleskin was right. What was it he saw exactly?
It's a long story, and I'm not sure...
Long stories are my favorite kind. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, Mr. Griffith, what do you know of Cthulhu?